Please let my words speak for you as I say good morning, God, on this beautiful, beautiful Easter Sunday morning. Thank you for the sunshine. Thank you for the beauty in the world, all the flowers that are blooming. Thank you for each and every person who is here today and for the knowledge that I know we're about to receive. I know that each one who comes in receives exactly what it is that they need for the day, whether it be little crumbs of wisdom to make you think for the rest of the week or food afterwards. So I open my heart and I open my mind and I just say thank you for everything, Father, Mother, God, and so it is. Amen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Easter, everyone. Whoops. Gong. So it's so nice to have you here this morning, this beautiful spring morning. If you are new with us online today, my name is Reverend Diana Johnson, and I'm the pastor and spiritual director for Mystic Heart Spiritual Center. We're an interfaith community. We're independent. We teach universal principles and practical spirituality, following the common threads of truth that run through the world's great traditions. So grateful you've chosen to join us in reflection and celebration this morning. Let's begin this morning by looking around just to see who's here with us today, celebrating this beautiful day, joining in sacred community, and take a moment to just see each other. So much gratitude for these beings in this space and in my life. These are all the lights that shine throughout my days. So now I invite us, we're going to begin this time of communion and celebration this morning, sort of a Taizé style. We'll begin by joining our voices in musical prayer in just a moment, grounded in a deep sense of gratitude for all of the blessings in your life. I invite you to take a couple of nice deep breaths, allowing awareness to move into the heart space. And just allow it to rest there for a moment, feeling a sense of expansion. Reaching inward for that place of deep stillness. And know that this morning we will be planting seeds of renewal within our own hearts and minds and lives. Feeling content right here in this moment, we move into musical prayer.
Welcome home to your mystic heart. Lay aside whatever came before. Let your own intuition start to guide you to heaven's door. Welcome home to your mystic heart. Lay aside whatever came before. Let your own intuition start to guide you to heaven's door. To guide you to heaven's door. to guide you to heaven's door. We are held in the hands of grace, forever safe in the arms of love. Like a child who seeks protection in a mother's warm embrace, we are held in the hands of grace. You are held in the hands of grace, forever safe in the arms of love. Like a child who seeks protection in a father's warm embrace, we are held in the hands of grace. We are held in the hands of grace, forever safe in the arms of love. Like a child who seeks protection in a mother's warm embrace, we are held in the hands of grace. We are held in the hands of grace, forever safe in the arms of love. Like a child who seeks protection in a father's warm embrace, we are held in the hands of grace. You are held in the hands of grace. We are held in the hands of grace. We are held in the hands of grace. Right here in this moment and in every moment of our lives. We take a moment now to recognize the light that shines in and through each one of us as expressions of the divine. We acknowledge our connection to the global community as we recognize and honor that same light in everyone and everything. There's nowhere that God's light does not shine. From the book of Matthew, you are the light of the world. Let your light shine. We take a moment to feel our oneness with all that is, sensing a web of consciousness that covers, surrounds, infuses the planet. Each one of us a point of radiant light. All beings who in this moment are drawn to the presence of the One. Spirit is the very atmosphere in which we live and move and have our being. The holy dance of Spirit, I in thou, and thou in me, inseparable, each bringing completion to the other. As we envision all beings, all of creation joining the web, we see that there is no space between us. Our web has become the fabric of life in which we find our place, our purpose, our unique gifts, our authentic expression. Feeling the shared intention that brought us here, there's a deep sense of communion with that which is beyond all time and space, beyond definition and description. And we feel the impulse to grow and evolve. As we consciously acknowledge our connection with all of life, our collective work here is empowered. Our prayer and meditation leave a positive imprint on the world, on the cosmos. Transformation is underway. Wholeness is being revealed. And as we acknowledge our wholeness, we are better able to allow our light to shine in the world. Again, let the words and the music wash over you in musical meditation.
Hi there. So as you feel ready to bring awareness back into the space, if you haven't already done so. Today is Easter Sunday, celebrated in the Christian tradition. And it's also become a cultural holiday in the Western world. It commemorates the resurrection of the Rabbi Yeshua from the tomb on the Sunday after his crucifixion, as stories go. The story is actually much older than the Christian tradition paints it. Historically, the celebration that became Easter began pre-Christian times in Europe, where a pagan festival was created to celebrate the great northern goddess Yostra. The early Roman Catholic priests were pretty smart in adopting pagan practices to encourage people to convert to Christianity. The Easter story actually comes to us as a retelling of earlier archetypal tales present in many cultures. It is one example of the hero's journey. We may understand this particular story as a historical account, literal and factual, or as a mystical teaching, a parable, a symbolic tale that points to a deeper universal truth. The fact that our modern-day Easter has its roots in earlier traditions and likely has mythological aspects in no way denies the truth or message it has to offer. Each day of Holy Week, the week leading up to the Easter Sunday, holds guidance for us in our modern world. If we can look past the doctrine or dogma to the example that Jesus set, to the message that he was spreading. The Rabbi Yeshua was an example of one who invited everyone to the table. He ate with poor people, lepers, prostitutes, tax collectors, and Pharisees, who were outwardly very critical of him. The people thought him unclean because he spent time with the untouchables of society. They judged him by the company he kept. This still happens today, yes? It took great courage for Yeshua to minister to those on the fringes of society, to risk his reputation as a rabbi in the eyes of the religious elite. He also modeled radical inclusivity by dining with his harshest critics. Yeshua's table ministry honored everyone as spiritual equals, as offspring of the divine, worthy of the same respect and esteem, no matter who they were or where their background or class in society. So what do we actually know about the man called Jesus? Most modern-day scholars agree on 3 points. Jesus was a Jewish mystic, he was a wisdom teacher, and he was a social prophet. His teachings ran counter to conventional wisdom and to the Jewish teachings he had been raised with. He taught peaceful resistance and unconditional love in all cases. And because he stood in what he knew to be true, he was ostracized, eventually put to death. So I'm going to walk through a quick trip of the story of Holy Week, take a quick trip through that week, the week prior to Easter Sunday, to see if there's anything useful in there for our time. Because even in our culture, many people are not familiar with the activities of the story that led to the trial and crucifixion. Last week was Palm Sunday, and I briefly mentioned that Jesus rode a young colt into Jerusalem to celebrate Passover on that day. What I didn't say was that he is said to have been welcomed by his community by the laying out of palm fronds, which signified the welcome of a king or a high official.
So growing up Jewish, he had celebrated Passover in Jerusalem every year of his life, and he must have been well aware that the Roman soldiers would be entering Jerusalem on the west side through the west gate at the same time he came in through the east gate. They would have come on large, probably white horses, as regal Roman guards would, and so he entered on the back of a donkey. He chose to stage a peaceful demonstration. Many people interpret it that way. A way of showing people how to peacefully stand up for what they believed in. His message was that silent strength and humility show a more powerful stance than forcefulness. Funny, I never learned that in Sunday school. I don't know. The day when Jesus supposedly turned over the tables of the money changers is known as Holy Monday. This story is not only about a master teacher lashing out in frustration over the selling of animals in the temple for sacrifice. His message might have been that a loving God wanted people to love and take care of one another and did not require animal sacrifice to appease him. More importantly, he wanted to draw attention to the collusion of Jewish priests with Roman political leaders in a system of domination that kept the rich rich and the poor poor. It was another staged demonstration. His message was one of activism. The next day, on Holy Tuesday, Jesus was confronted and challenged by 4 of the wisest religious leaders in the temple. They had decided to put him to death, but needed evidence to do so legally. They tried to trick him into doing something that would mark him as a false teacher or prophet. But in all 4 cases, Jesus outwitted the leaders. They could find no evidence. Once again, his approach was peaceful. That evening on the Mount of Olives, just outside the temple, Jesus offered a teaching. Basically, he warned that a huge paradigm shift was coming. The world as they had known it was coming to an end, and a new way of living was coming into existence. Does that sound familiar? Strangely current. And he offered good news. I'll bring this into the present because it still applies. That all we need to do to usher in this new way of living is to put love first. Love God before all else. Love your neighbor as yourself. And love your enemies. He taught that the kingdom of heaven is at hand, right where we are, and within, if only we have eyes to see. And he assured us that everything he was doing to promote healing, we could do also. Basically, Jesus was giving the power back to the people, and both the Romans and the temple priests wanted him stopped. We have nothing that I've been able to find recorded for Holy Wednesday. I'm assuming it must have been a day of quiet meditation and rest. But on Maundy Thursday, the disciples prepared for the Passover meal. After sunset, Jesus washed the feet of his disciples, demonstrating the importance of humility and sacred service. He knew that being in service to others enriches us beyond measure. That true mastery and leadership require us to be in service. Then they all shared what is known as the Last Supper and the First Communion. The breaking of bread and sharing of wine was actually an ancient practice, a celebration of the sowing of the grain, in full expectation of its eventual harvest. And the harvesting of the grape, which by spring would have had time to ferment. This celebration has been a common practice throughout many cultures and traditions for as far back as we can trace. It is an act of thankfulness for the many gifts of this earthly realm, and a way to consciously receive those gifts and remember our dependence on and connection with the earth. Jesus was simply using an already familiar gratitude practice as a way to represent the embodiment of something beyond the material, a way to remind an agrarian people that there is more to life than the physical realm. Yes, be thankful for the fruit of the earth, but there is more to it than that. The bread and wine served as a metaphor for the embodiment of his teachings, of his example, a reminder that we are best served by taking into our hearts and minds only that which feeds our souls, that which nourishes the spirit. On what is known as Good Friday, the story has Jesus going to the Garden of Gethsemane to pray, knowing that he would likely be taken that night. He could have stopped it at any time, but he sensed that his teaching would best live on if he was willing to lay his life on the line. Seeing this story as parable, I believe there is a message for us in the story of Good Friday, that our life's journey is about outgrowing harmful behaviors and patterns of thought, that we must allow our stinkin' thinkin' to be crucified, crossed out, that our small self has to die before our higher self can come forth, that no matter what happens, we must love God and love one another, and no matter what we experience in life, we must be willing to forgive. It is only through forgiveness that we move forward. We forgive ourselves for past thoughts, words, and actions that have not served our highest good. And we forgive others so that we can cut the chains that bind us to them and to the hurt. Ceremony and ritual are powerful tools for transformation. I invite you to release any preconceptions you may have around the sacred act of communion. Receive it anew. I invite you now to gently close your eyes and allow the breath to ground you in spiritual practice. For as long as grain has been domesticated, the blessing of the first grain cut and the bread made from it have constituted holy acts. The blessing and eating of the bread in this ritual is reminiscent of the Christian communion, but this ceremony actually has its roots in a much earlier time. We have come together today creating a sacred space for our work of honoring the cycle of the grain, which includes its planting, its growing, its harvesting, and consumption. We give thanks to the grain that so willingly gives its body to be sacrificed so that the people who tended it when it was growing and others can be fed. Know with me that our ritual today is centered in holy time and holy space. We enter the realm of the holy ones, the ancestors who celebrated the grain harvest. We bring awareness to the one source, trusting that we are held. This bread symbolizes the unconditional support that we have on earth. We bless and give thanks for this bread now. Its form nourishes our form and reminds us that anything we need is already given, both the material and the invisible, ideas, guidance, support, connection. The qualities of beauty, love, joy, peace, creativity, and harmony. By this loaf broken open, we are reminded that in addition to all the blessings we enjoy in life, there are also sorrows. Each of us has been broken by the unhappiness and grief that comes with living. It is part of the mystery that in our brokenness, the blessings of love and connection often have a chance to go more deeply into us. We are broken open to be filled with love.
With my hand, I break this bread. It needs my heart to make it whole. Gathered in with sweet abandon, made with love. It feeds my soul. Let us join in perfect union, communing with the presence, partaking of the essence, human and divine, earth and sun, the two are one. With my hand, I raise this cup, kissed by spirit, the change has come, grown by light in quiet darkness, sweet transformation, let it be done. Let us join in perfect union, communing with the presence, partaking of the essence, human and divine, earth and sun, the two are one. Earth and sun, the two are one. Bread and wine, the gift divine, changes me so sweetly. Power and grace I now embrace. Take hold of me completely. With our hands, we break this bread. With these hands, we raise our cup, altered here from who we've been, forever new and lifted up. Let us join in perfect union, communing with the presence, partaking of the essence, human and divine.
So I invite you this morning into ceremony and ritual with us. As you take a piece of this bread, hold it in your hands and reflect on where it has been, where it has come from. This bread was made from dough, which in turn was made from ground wheat. The wheat was originally in the form of individual kernels growing on a stalk, with many other kernels and many stalks growing out of the center of one plant. This wheat plant was born in the spring as a single sprout poking up to the light. The sprout pushed its way out of a single kernel planted in the earth. So hold this in mind, the connection between earth and the sun, grain and bread. And with this awareness, take a bite of bread. Realizing that the bread becomes your body as it is digested. A miracle in and of itself. Realize too that your body is made of earth and water and sunlight and spiritual intelligence. Feel the earth in your body. Feel the rivers in your body. Take it somewhere else. Can you take it somewhere else? Thank you. Feel the sunlight in each cell. Know that the power of life directs every living process. This bread represents the entire harvest. Billions and billions of kernels of wheat. Unlimited abundance. The bread nourishes your body so that you can have harvest in your own life. And we share the bread in community to remind us that we are sharing this journey that we call life. That we are nourished by one another. This is also a symbol of all earthly blessings that we use, enjoy, and share. This bread also reminds us that we are here to embody the love and the generosity of spirit, to be that love in action, and to forgive always. Just as the wheat has given its life for you, you are giving your life for all that you are harvesting. Your time and energy are given away each day for your activities. As you eat the last of your bread, make a vow that the life nourished by this bite of bread will be spent in the highest of ways. What will that way be? What healing will be facilitated by this bread? What high purpose will be expressed? What gift to humanity will this bread serve? What will you do with this small but essential unit of your precious life energy?
From raindrop to a river, from one word into a song, source of all gifts, He's called us all creation, every woman, child, and man, to bring our gifts in celebration, to be transformed in the Savior's hand. From a raindrop to a river, from one lonesome word of song, source of all gift, friend and forgiver, bring us together to pass it on. In the Word, the walls have tumbled down, and all are welcome to enter in. In the blood of Christ, the great sacrifice, the withered branches bloom again. The withered branches bloom again. So pass it on. Ooh. Raise the bread, lift the cup. Pass it on. Ooh. The broken will be lifted up. Every gift, grand and lowly, every creature great and small, at this feast they are made holy. By your name you have been called. By your name you have been called. So pass it on. Ooh. Raise the bread, lift the cup. Pass it on. Ooh. Broken will be lifted up. From a raindrop to a river, from one word into a song, source of all gifts, friend and forgiver, bring us together to pass it on. Bring us together to pass it on. Bring us together to pass it on.
So to complete the story of Holy Week, as Jesus was in the garden on that Friday, he asked his disciples for support, but they fell asleep. Perhaps this is pointing to the truth that each of us has to do our own work to meet and transcend our own limitations, doubts, fears. No one can do it for us. The final words attributed to Jesus at the close of his mission in this life, before he takes his last breath, is this: Father, into thy hands I commend my spirit. These words imply a supreme confidence in the universe and in the immortality of the soul. Two translations of that verse
are, into your hands I commit my spirit, and into your hands I commend my spirit. I offer my spirit without question. I commit. And I commend my spirit. I entrust it to a power, an intelligence, and a process that I can't see. On Holy Saturday, the day the body lay in the cave, speaks to me of the importance of preparation. In my life, that means spiritual practice and self-care, not in a self-absorbed way, but so that I have the strength and the energy and the emotional reserves to serve, to offer my gifts to the world. Holy Saturday speaks to a time when choices have been made, actions have been taken, and now there is nothing to do but allow myself to wait quietly, in full faith that my efforts are being rewarded. The seeds of renewal have been planted, and by spiritual law, the cause I have set in motion through communion and forgiveness and surrender is sure to bring my resurrection. In the silence of Saturday, my personal work is done, and the divine does its thing. Lifts and carries me with infinite compassion and love to the transcendent magic and mystery of Easter morning. And Easter Sunday, the day we celebrate the movement from human sense consciousness to spiritual awareness. We recognize Jesus as a way shower, helping us to see and understand a new way of being. Unity teacher Charles Fillmore suggests the resurrection is the raising up of the whole man, spirit, soul, and body, into the Christ consciousness of life and wholeness. Every time we rise to the realization of eternal indwelling life, making union with the mother heart and the father mind, the resurrection of Jesus takes place within us. All thoughts of limitation and inevitable obedience to material law are left in the tomb of materiality. End of quote. So what does that mean? Every time I take time to connect with my innate wisdom, I am realigned with my spiritual nature. Every opportunity I take to breathe in the peace of the divine and breathe out love, I reveal more of my Christed self in the world. Every time I remember the truth of who I am and why I'm here, and I think, speak, and act accordingly, I transcend all that I have been before. I am resurrected to a new way of living. I move through the world as the divine human that I was meant to be.
Fading memories ignored, I crawl across the forest floor. Pool reflects an orphan child, dirty, lost, alone and wild. Fatherless and nameless still, broken heart and broken will. There ever be a place where I belong? I cower neath the monster trees and try to stand on tired feet, but gravity knocks me to the ground, where I give up and tears roll down. Claw the dust and beg the end, curse the day I first began to hope there'd be a place where I belong. I hear a sound I recognize. You lift my chin and seek my eyes. the song of love you sing to me. I ache to sing it back to thee. Father love prepares a place, brother Jesus leads the way. Follow to the place where you belong. How did I miss this wondrous song? The forest sang it all along. The river rinses all your shame. The Father offers you his name. Father love prepares a home. Brother Jesus leads you on. Follow to the place where you belong. Father love prepares a place. Brother Jesus leads the way. Follow to the place where you belong.
The resurrection story is really about rising above previous conditions and ways of being, realigning ourselves in thought, word, and action, releasing all that we think we know, all that is holding us back, releasing it to something bigger than ourselves. We have to let go in complete faith that all is unfolding for our good. Unclench the grasp. Put down the self-righteousness. It doesn't serve us. Before we can cultivate a new tomorrow, we have to let it go. All of our past thoughts and experiences serve as nourishment. They lay the ground for new seeds to be planted. But sometimes compost gets kind of stinky. And if we're not turning it and working it, practicing forgiveness, non-judgment, surrender, gratitude, compassion. These are some of the ways we work with our past experiences so that they can offer us nourishment and insight moving forward. So we move now into a ritual for the release of what no longer serves us. Taking a moment to call to mind a habitual pattern of thinking or being that is getting in the way of new life unfolding in your experience. Or maybe there's a relationship or a person that you need to release. Having spiritual community to witness as you commit to letting go is like having help in pulling up a great big weed that was choking out new growth. Set your intention. Move it into the imaginal realm. See and feel whatever it is being carried off by the hand of the divine. Mentally lay it on the altar. Whatever it takes for you to consciously release it to the great mystery. In faith that you are being transformed. Feel your freedom from the ties that had you bound. Envision, see the new you on the other side. We are cultivating a new way of being in the world, both individually and collectively. The Latin roots of the word cultivate point toward making ready for habitation, preparing for new life. This doesn't happen overnight. Cultivation is a multi-step process. Anyone who has ever worked the ground for planting knows that we begin by breaking up the ground. And in this way we make water and nutrients and oxygen available that have become compacted and unavailable before. Then we get rid of whatever weeds have taken root, making room for new seeds to be sown. We add nourishment to replenish what has been used up. Then finally, we sow the seeds and tend the plants until they have grown strong enough to stand on their own. The Easter story is teaching us that in order to be resurrected, to rise above previous conditions, to realign ourselves in thought, word, and action, we have to release whatever is holding us back to something bigger than ourselves. Call it spirit, God, infinite intelligence, higher power, universe, or the force. Makes no difference what you call it. Ceremony and ritual are powerful ways to translate spiritual practice into form and experience. This morning, I invite you to join me in releasing something or someone, a behavior, a situation, a condition, a person, whatever it is for you. Take a few moments to write down one thing that you are willing to commit to releasing from your life, something you will follow through on no matter what. You will find under your chair a notepad, but your release should be written on the little white piece of paper that's clipped to your notepad. When you've finished writing, make your peace with your decision. Fold or crumble up your paper and go ahead and bring it up to the bowl. As you're doing that, we offer you a bit of sacred music.
Into your hands I commit my spirit. Into your hands I commit my soul. I surrender into your hands, oh Lord. I don't know what the divine plan is. Can make sense of what I can't see. Yet I know that it's in order beyond my wildest dreams. Into your hands I commit my spirit. I commit my spirit into your hands. I commit my soul to your hands. I commit my soul to your hands. I surrender
I surrender, I surrender
into your hands. Oh,
into your hands, oh Lord.
serenity is not the absence of life going on around me. It's in the stillness I find at any moment, and the truth that sets me free. Into your hands,
Into your hands,
I commit my
into
spirit.
your hands, I commit my spirit.
Into your hands,
Into your hands,
I commit my soul.
into your hands, I commit my soul.
Into your hands,
Into your hands,
I surrender.
I surrender, I surrender.
Into your hands,
Into your hands,
oh,
into your hands, oh Lord.
into your
Into your
hands,
Into your hands,
oh Lord,
into your hands, oh Lord.
into your
Into your
hands,
Into your hands,
oh,
into your hands, oh Lord. Okay. Are you ready to let it go?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely sure.
Yes.
All right. Because there's no going back.
Good thing.
Whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. I know. It's taking its time. You guys have some resistance. There you go.
Resistance is futile.
Resistance is futile.
We let it go.
That's right. All right. Feels good, right? Feels good. Let it go. So let's take a couple of nice deep breaths. So in the silence now, ask the Spirit within you to offer an affirmation that will support your journey. I'm going to take just a few moments to listen. As you step into the best version of yourself, what is the wisdom or guidance that will help you in your process of renewal? You can take a quiet moment if you want to write it down on the notepad for yourself, or if you want to just listen deeply and embody. And we'll offer some soft music to guide your process. Whenever you feel ready, I invite you to come up and speak your affirmation to a practitioner, minister. Receive a blessing for your journey and a gift.
I know that the guidance and wisdom is within you to know what step is next for you. Okay. You are divine perfection.
Thank you.
Does anyone else wish to share an affirmation?
So if you glance at your little bag, you might find this to be a strange gift. I don't know. Often on Easter, we give away flowers. Flowers are beautiful, but cut flowers are already dead. They've already been crucified. So I wanted to offer a living gift, one that through your daily attention will become something beautiful and will continue to grow and bloom for years to come. It will be resurrected every spring or early summer. Just like the goals and intentions that you set, these mysterious little bulbs and seeds will find optimum health in fertile soil, will firmly root in the ground, body of spirit, the earth, will also thrive if given a larger container. Just like the goals and intentions you set, you have absolutely no idea what the outcome will be, how large or what color she will become. The seeds have pictures, so that gives you an idea. Like our goals and intentions, she will need nourishment and light. I pray that you use the tending of your flowers as your meditation, as a reminder of the newness that you are cultivating in your life. That every time you water them or offer a kind word, you remember and speak the affirmation for renewal that you spoke this morning. So we're going to close our time together with a couple of things. I'm going to move into practice as we do each week, our closing prayer for a love-soaked world. So letting go of all that holds us back and stepping into our highest potential, we envision and engage in the creation of a love-soaked world. As each one of us lives up to our full potential, we feel and know the unfolding of a world where all beings are peaceful, loving, abundant, and free. Where people everywhere practice loving kindness and care for one another and for our planet. We envision a new story where all needs are met, where all beings have plenty of nourishing food, the safety of a warm, comfortable, and affordable home, medical care, education, and healthy relationships, right livelihood, creative contribution, and a sense of belonging. Living from our highest ideals, we create a world in which every being is valued for their inherent goodness and light. A world where the peace we cultivate within ourselves shows up as a world free of hatred, violence, or indifference. Together we feel and know a world without greed, where there is absolute abundance in having enough. Where every being, as a precious creation of God, is deserving of all the blessings that life has to offer, and receives those blessings openly and gratefully. With humanity serving as God's hands and feet, hearts and voices, there is no reason we cannot have such a world. We live into this amazing vision, allowing it to bring a smile to our faces and a song to our hearts, raising our vibration. We carry this powerful prayer through the coming week, trusting that it is moving into form and experience in every moment. And so we simply let it be. With nothing and no one in its way, we support our vision with our actions. We know that our vision is taking form here and now as we speak our powerful word. And so we can release it right here and right now to the one who gets it done. And so it is. Amen.
When I was a boy each week, Sunday we would go to church, pay attention to the priest, and he would read the holy word, consecrate the holy bread. Everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is that everything is holy now. Everything is holy now.
When I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two, and Jesus made the water wine. I remember feeling sad, miracles don't happen still. Now I just can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. Wine from water is not so small, an even better magic trick is anything is here at all. So the challenging thing becomes not to find a miracle, but finding where there isn't one.
Holy water was rare at best, barely wet my fingertips. Now I gotta hold my breath, 'cause I'm swimming in a sea of it.
It used to be a world half there, heaven's second rate hand me down. I walk it with a reverent care, 'cause everything is holy now. 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 Read a questioning child's face, say it's not a sacrament. That'd be very hard to say. See another new morning come, say it's not a testament. I tell you that it can't be done. When holy water
Outside I stood,
saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush, singing like a scripture verse. Made me want to bow my head. I remember when church let out, how things have changed since then, 'cause everything is holy now. It used to be the world out there, heaven's second rate hand me down. I walk it with a reverent day, 'cause everything is holy now. 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 Everything is holy now.
So prayer and meditation are foundational practices. My microphone at Mystic Heart. We practice the possible through prayer. And as we contemplate the story of Jesus rising from the tomb, we see a metaphor for moving past our own limitation and stepping into freedom, for stepping out of who we've been and stepping into the one we've come here to be.
This day of resurrection, this season of renewal, reminds us that anything is possible and everything is holy. What if we lived our lives as though this were true? Anything is possible and everything is holy. What if we were to move through life grounded in the faith that whatever we are looking for is also looking for us? What is it that we're looking for? Greater meaning, purpose, peace, joy, compassion? Almost sounds like we're looking for spirit. What's it mean to be looking for spirit or God and to have God looking for me? Maybe it means that infinite intelligence is waiting for me to live the authentic life I was made to live. Maybe it is awaiting its opportunity to live its full expression in, through, and as me. In, through, and as each one of us. So I invite us to use the celebration of Easter every year as a reminder of how we might promote peaceful, grassroots, social change, empowered by faith and guided by prayerful communion. Let it remind us that spiritual law is always at work, that we can channel and direct it as Jesus did, consciously using it for our own good and for the good of others. May we remember that faith and expectation make a difference in outcomes. And by placing our faith in what is life-affirming, miraculous things happen. John 14:12 tells us that Jesus spoke to his disciples this way. Truly, truly, I tell you, he who believes in me, the works that I do, he will do also, and he will do greater works than these. It seems the people of his time were not ready to hear. I have to wonder, as a human family, are we? I think we are. I think it's time. Big change is happening. We're not sure how fast it'll happen or what it'll look like, but over 2,000 years ago, over 2,000 years after this teacher's powerful message, we are waking up in powerful ways. It's like we've been in the dark ages and a new enlightenment is coming. So we're going to wrap it up and continue our celebration with our breaking of bread. Celebration is a vital part of what we do here. It's a spiritual practice, and as a community, we celebrate by giving thanks for all of life's blessings. Together, we express our gratitude to God and to one another. We view celebration as a holy act and a creative act, an act of worship and devotion to the one source of all of life. By celebrating, we feel and express our inherent joy, which brings more to feel joyful about. And so in celebration and deep gratitude, I thank you for joining us this morning for our time of devotion and celebration. It is in community that we come to know who we are. So we're going to offer you an opportunity to celebrate the work we're doing in the world by sharing of your good, should you choose to do that this morning. If you're joining us online, you can go to mysticheart.org and you'll find a donate button, mailing address. We're also on Venmo. We're going to share a tune from back in the 70s. If you know it, don't be afraid to help us out.
Do you have the lyrics? We're on the second verse here. Do you have the lyrics with you?
I don't think I do, because I'm sorry.
One, two, three, 4. B flat, right? Are we in B flat?
I don't know if you're playing the guitar.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
You will recognize the song when we get it going.
1, 2, 3, 4. Put your hand in the hand of the man who stilled the water. Put your hand in the hand of the man who calmed the sea. Take a look at yourself and you can look at others differently. Put your hand in the hand of the man from Galilee.
Every time I look into the tremble,
tremble,
when I read about the part where the carpenter cleared the temple.
temple.
For the buyers and the sellers were no different fellows than what I profess to be. And it causes me shame to know we're not the people we should be. Put your hand in the hand of the man who stilled the water. Put your hand in the hand of the man who calmed the sea. Take a look at yourself and you can look at others differently. Putting your hand in the hand of the man from Galilee. Mama taught me how to pray before I reached the age of 7.
7.
She said there'll come a time when there'll probably be room in heaven.
Heaven.
But I'm feeling kind of guilty about the number of times we gotta do what we must do. We forget what we said, then we figure that we still make room. Put your hand in the hand of the man who stilled the water. Put your hand in the hand of the man who calmed the sea. Take a look at yourself and you can look at others differently by putting your hand in the hand of the man from Galilee. Put your hand in the hand of the man who stilled the water. Put your hand in the hand of the man who's calmed the sea. Take a look at yourself and you can look at others differently by putting your hand in the hand of the man from Galilee. Put your hand in the hand of the man from Galilee. Put your hand in the hand of the man who calmed the sea. Take a look at yourself and you can look at others differently. Hand in the hand of the man from Galilee. Hand in the hand of the man from Galilee. Hand in the hand of the man from Galilee.
I'm going to just do a quick blessing, thanking each one of you for your generous gifts, thanking you for being here this morning. I say thank you, Spirit, for the generosity of Spirit, that these gifts flow directly of source, but through the lives and hearts and hands of each one giving. And so we say thank you, and so it is. All right, we're not going to do a whole invitations thing, but there is a new bulletin today for this month, and I would invite you, I'm going to use the right microphone, to pick one up if you'd like, take one home with you, check out our amazing website. We have information cards available if you're new with us and want to get emails monthly when we send out our new bulletins. If you are wanting some prayer today, Lucinda is here and can pray with you in our practitioner prayer room. And we will be breaking bread in the next room as well. So we're going to leave you with one more rousing song. And if you catch on and want to sing, feel free.
1, 2, 3, 4. What's your gospel gonna be? Living in bondage or free? What's your gospel gonna be? Gotta write a new one for me.
Blaming those who knock me down, or give them thanks for being around. Stuck in stories I have told, I'm letting go of the old, yeah.
What's your gospel gonna be? Living in bondage or free? What's your gospel gonna be? gospel gonna be? Gotta write a new one for me.
Love my neighbor as myself. Rush right in when you cry for help. Give my gifts and share my wealth. Am I willing to forgive myself? Yeah.
What's your gospel gonna be? Living in bondage or free? What's your gospel gonna be? Gotta write a new one for me. Sing it with us.
What's your gospel gonna be?
Gospel gonna be?
Living in bondage or
Living
free?
in bondage or free?
What's your gospel gonna be?
Gospel gonna be?
Gotta write a new one for me.
Write a new one for me.
What's your gospel gonna be?
Gospel gonna be?
Living in bondage or free? What's your gospel gonna be?
Gospel gonna be?
Gotta write a new one for me.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, everybody. Thank you for being here. Join us for lunch if you'd like.